the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
And if you're a fan, I think you have to be pretty excited about the direction of this thing, especially with the recruiting class coming in, what she's already showing she can pick up in the transfer portal, and with returners like a Talaysia Cooper coming back. Like, this team should, it's always a should, you never know, but should be able to take another step forward, and that should be a really exciting thing.
I love it. Switching gears here a little bit with the Lady Vols. We did this with Sarah Puckett last week. Ruby Whitehorn, though, this week. How do you think she's fared down the stretch as one of Tennessee's best defensive players, and been a big transfer win for Kim Caldwell in year one?
Yeah, she had a really strong season to start. Like, even in that Carson Newman exhibition, she dropped 20-something points, and it was like, okay, you knew Ruby Whitehorn could play well on offense, and of course it's against Carson Newman, so you didn't put too much stock into it, but it's like, okay, she can really score, and she put that together early in the season, and she had some big time outings in conference play. Like, she had a really good game against Iowa, and I know Talaysia did too, but like, that duo took them pretty far in out of conference play, and then it carried over into SEC play, and you were able to see some of those flashes of scoring that kept them in big games and helped win them big games. And then down the stretch, maybe she was one of those players that lost a little bit of steam, because it started to slip away a little bit, maybe starting with that big loss at Kentucky, where those offensive numbers took a bit of a dip, and she wasn't a great 3-point shooter all season, but that area, she wasn't hitting shots. And you look at like the Georgia game that they ended up losing on senior day, she didn't score a point in that. And so that had to have been frustrating. She goes into the SEC tournament, and in that opening win over A&M, she didn't have a great game. And so there was, I was curious how she would respond against Vanderbilt and then in the NCAA tournament. And in the good news for the Lady Vols, she had a really good game against Vanderbilt. And, Tennessee doesn't win that, but she ends up scoring 14 points. She was efficient. She hit 2 threes. Like, it was a really nice game from her. And that's something they're going to need from her in March Madness, is her to be able to score. Because with the way that they do the substitutions, she's the primary scoring option when Talaysia Cooper's off the floor, which is for 15 minutes a game. So you need her to be able to score in those bunches. You need to be able to rely on her and a couple other players that help her out as well. But there is a lot on her plate that she needs to handle, and she's done it for most of the year. So I think, recency bias, you saw her do it against Vanderbilt and do it well. So it gives you some confidence heading into the NCAA tournament, but it will be important for her to kind of pick up where she left off, I guess.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.